I was in Croatia last year on vacation.
Oh, amazing.
People were smoking
Why'd
left
you
and
go to
right.
Croatia?
Oh, yeah.
It was for Yacht Week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
It was
For
for
yacht-
Little
what?
Yacht
Yacht
Week
Week?
Yacht
details.
Week.
Wait, we're gonna come back to
Yacht
this.
Week?
Yacht Week.
Do you not know how to say yacht? It's
No.
very it's bothersome.
Week?
Yachty Week?
Lil Yachty was performing?
But hold on, I'll go back
If
to the
you were there, I'm there.
All right, should we just start this up?
Does it look different in the back? Because why does it look so pretty? Like, it always looks good, but
Maybe
these
different
times-
hues. I feel like we had more purple last
Doesn't
time.
it feel like we're in a forest, like enchanted?
Save for the podcast.
Okay, sorry,
All right.
dude. It just looks so good.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Convo Sutra. My name's Tarun, Shetty, here with another fantastic episode. Joining me is this fantastic panel, but I'm so excited for this episode. First, we have a special sponsor. All right, this sponsorship is a matrimonial ad for a doctor. I'm just kidding. He's actually happily married with 2 kids, and for future sponsors watching, I didn't write that. He wrote that. That was his idea. I don't need to think I'm going to change your ad. But that's what Dr. Rudy Malayil really wants to promote is his pain management practice. When you have parents, grandparents, or friends who avoid activities because of pain, well, it's time to check out Pain Man 360. While many of us have family members in the medical field, not everyone specializes in pain management. The right care can mean the difference between lasting relief and ongoing discomfort. You can make a telehealth appointment from anywhere, or if you're in the West Virginia, please visit the office in person. Contact the pain man himself, Dr. Rudy Malayil at pain360.org. All contact numbers, website, Instagram handles below. Check it out. Thank you for your sponsorship, Dr. Rudy Malayil. All right.
All right, the pain man
Thank you,
himself.
doctor.
Yeah, let's go.
Crying.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that so much. So this is a special episode. We should have guest cancel because he wouldn't sign the release. And so I had Alyssa come in. Alyssa, who's coming in. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Alyssa.
yeah.
Let's go,
Teamwork.
Alyssa.
I was popping the bottles, and he was like, "Yo, can you come in at 9:50?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, but I'm there."
She's like, for
She's
sure.
like tipsy.
Shot to that. Shot to that.
I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
I was driving to do Nihan's podcast, which is great, by the way.
Thank you.
Your Caviar podcast. And then all this stuff was happening. And I was like, oh, shit. And he didn't cancel then. But I was like, oh, this is going to not happen. So then I called you and I was like, hey, Alyssa. And she was like, I will be there. You tell me when and where, I will be there. So thanks, Alyssa. I appreciate it.
Why do you make me sound like an Italian man sealing a deal? No, I will be there.
I'll be there.
You tell me a time and a place, and I'm
Che pasa,
there.
Vite?
But you know what it is, though? Because people are so flaky in Los Angeles.
Oh, bro, yeah.
So when people do show up for me, it means so much more.
Aw, that's so cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
I think flaky's for sure one thing. This situation is a little different.
Yeah.
That's a release
Can
issue.
I just but also just for anyone who's, I'm just gonna call it out. If you should be worried if they don't want you to sign a release of some sort. And of course, like read everything, but like,
Yeah.
I'd be more secure because it's more professional. Like,
Well, this release doesn't mean, like, there's nothing in this that says we own your likeness.
Yeah.
Or can
not
make
at all,
money
not at
off of
all.
your being.
Yeah.
That would be a concern for anybody, right? This is like the
Absolutely.
most simple one. It's interesting.
I know, yeah.
Well, in Los Angeles, especially right now with AI, all these contracts, like these releases are crazy. Like what it is. Like we
sure.
want your likeness, we want your voice, we want your image. So
absolutely. I mean, that's why you should read it or
Yeah.
have someone else read it and make sure and like be, comfortable about it, but also,
it is what it is.
but then like
yeah.
I gave you a copy of my release yesterday and she
Yes.
was like, your name's on this. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't even read this stupid thing. My lawyer.
No, because he came onto my podcast. He's like, do you have people sign a release? I was like, I should. I
Yeah.
don't.
I
but
see.
now I will. Yeah.
That's
but
cool.
it's very new. So like, I'm
Right,
kind of
right.
just like learning as I go. And mine is very like, I don't know. I do have big people. I should have them sign.
It protects you.
yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
It is
They're
protects
also
your
agreeing
show.
to be
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good discussion point. I mean, do you guys think you try to get away with as much as possible, or do you do like things by the book in Los Angeles?
What do you mean?
Like, because, they have fouls in basketball, not to use a dumb sports analogy, but the reason why there's fouls is because you try to get away with as much as possible because you want to win,
Yeah.
right? So in Los Angeles, should you be trying to get away with as much as possible?
Yeah.
Because for a while I was like, oh, I've got to play by the rules and play by the book. Now I'm like, you know what? If I can find a way to win without being illegal and getting arrested, maybe that's the right approach. I don't know.
Well, think about how many indie filmmakers try to film without getting a permit.
Exactly.
I have.
I see.
Because we had to do
see.
reshoots. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have the money for this.
Yeah.
So like I was this was an indie film that I was help producing, and we had to do reshoots on Sunset Boulevard. So I stood there and I knew if they came to me, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we're just filming a documentary on Indian people and immigrants. Yeah, I was just gonna talk my way out.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Because I have the
Yeah.
right to film in public. It's just like, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta like everyone's playing. It's the same thing. If you do your taxes and you drove 500 miles, you're gonna put 750. You know, like,
Yeah.
come on. You're gonna exaggerate a little bit. Alyssa, relax.
Taxes.
Hey, it's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
I have to do mine on Sunday.
I'm too young
Yeah.
for this conversation. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what that is.
Just get your
and-
account.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
But Alyssa, you come across like you're 30. I'm sorry, but it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
your energy
That's a
comes
good
off
thing.
a lot older. Not you don't look old.
No, please.
You don't look old.
please.
It's a great thing.
But your
by the way.
energy is a lot more
Thank you.
mature.
If you were like some 21-year-old girl or woman, someone's correct me last time this episode,
I'm just kidding.
I'd be like, oh my God, you can't be on this podcast.
Well, because I've been in LA since like I was like 15 on Idol. So I'm 23. So this is 8 years of just like constant media training, filming, talking, being the realest version of yourself. Like there's no need to hide anything.
Yep.
And yeah, I like the term of asking permission later or like never really doing it at this point in my life. I love contracts though to protect my likeness and myself. Just to go back to that really quickly. Thank you for saying that I'm wise or mature for my age. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah,
No,
like
you are.
when it comes to shows and stuff, I mean, I used to send a lot of emails to venues out here and be like, hi, my name is Alyssa Raghu, was previously on this and blah, 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 blah. And like, here's my set list of what I do. Now, like I've DM'd people on Insta. I show up to their show that have a full band and I'm like, so I'm free Thursday, Friday. You should probably put me in as your vocalist. Or I'll see the other girl who's performing and I'm like, I want her spot.
yeah.
gotta
Oh,
find that.
dang.
Yeah,
Tarun
find
does
that.
that to
No, you
married
definitely have
women.
to
He's
hustle.
like,
yeah.
hey, look, I know you're married, but you should probably be with me. So I'll be here next
I'm
Thursday. Let's grab a drink,
crying.
sweetheart.
That's
You
the
know
one thing I don't
what I'm
mess
saying?
around
You can
with.
still be cool. You can still be cool.
I don't mess around. What about you, Nihan? Do you ever like try to get stuff?
get stuff.
Yeah. Without taking too much advantage. I don't
Yeah,
know.
She's Turkish.
I think
That's
it's-
all she knows.
It depends, like situational, but yeah, you should because it's already hard enough living in LA. I'm gonna get away with whatever I can. Absolutely.
So how many dates will he go on a day to get the free food? Let's just hear it.
Oh, that's like basic level.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
mean.
That's
We're
like-
right
yeah.
here. We're right here. Tarun and I are right here.
That's a really great
Our money
survival-
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
Okay.
I think women do get stuff for free.
All the
Absolutely.
time.
For dinners.
If you're a pretty
And never
girl, you
wait
get
in
everything.
lines. Like, yeah, there's certain
Yeah,
things that
we were
you're
just
gonna
talking
be
about
like,
this. Why would I wait in line?
if you're
Last
pretty-
night.
Please, whatever.
He is right though. You got to be pretty.
If you're some like fat chick, nobody's gonna care. It's like that scene from like
It's over. Me
Remember that
too.
scene
Right
from-
there. You
podcast's
do. Watch
gonna
the
be
comments, bro.
canceled.
at this point doesn't
They're
matter.
liking this guy editing this
my
shit.
Yeah.
No,
But that's real though.
No, of course it is.
I mean, it's just like.
I hate it, but I mean, like,
What do you hate it? Okay.
well, I personally don't
At the
have
most
any
basic
struggles.
level, a man is judged on his ability to provide. It's his bank account. A woman's
then
gonna be
his
judged on
height.
her looks, right? So that's the most basic like
And
thing
his
that
height.
usually goes exactly right.
Yeah, I make jokes about that.
Guys get a lot more attractive when they're rich because you see dudes. I'm like, what the hell? A guy could be super
sure.
loaded and famous and have a ear right here, like a
An
third
ear?
ear,
No,
and
an
girls would be
ear.
like, oh my god, he listens so well. It's so cute how he listens. I'm
I
like,
love
yeah,
his
because you're on his
quirk.
yacht. Yeah, he listens
like,
really
this
well.
goes back to like the Selena and Benny
Yeah.
situation recently. Because a lot of people are like, I don't understand why, but like,
I think it's just because he probably has such a great heart. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
well,
What
listen to
scene?
the interview. He's
What are we
incredible,
talking
man.
about?
He's an
Selena
incredible guy.
Gomez
Oh.
and
Absolutely.
Benny Blanco.
okay.
I mean, I would
yeah.
go on a date with him. I'd be confused because,
Is there an age difference between these two?
I think they're
No. They're
relatively
age
similar.
appropriate.
Probably.
Yeah,
Age
yeah,
appropriate.
yeah.
no, I like them together.
I do because
Or
it seems like
whoever
she could have
cares.
anybody. She's had anyone
Yeah.
she's wanted.
Yeah.
She chose this because she's like, you know what? I
And that's
care about
sometimes where you
someone who's
lean
nice.
on because when you have all the options, then you're like, there's nothing there, and then you want the real
Yeah.
deal.
I agree.
It's like when Chris Brown had that song "Loyal." If you really think about it, he's basically saying the girl doesn't want me; she wants anyone like me. That's why he's saying. So it's not like she wants Chris Brown. She'd want Lil Wayne. She want me. She want Usher. She'll take any one of us because she wants a famous dude. So it doesn't have any meaning to us.
I do think it works the other way as well too.
What do you mean?
We've talked about this. How if there's like an older woman who's got money, like they can have boy toys. So I mean,
Yeah.
it works both ways. I don't want to
Absolutely.
just
Like
women.
Cher.
Yeah,
I
Cher.
admire
Yeah.
Cher.
Absolutely.
Not as often, but yeah, you're right. Because guys
Yeah.
still are very visually operate a lot more visually than women do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Dialogue. Thanks for for coffee.
Great
this morning.
transition.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I don't want to say that women and men are the only ones that do that. By the way, Dialogue Coffee is fantastic.
No,
Speaking of this,
By the way,
Dialogue.
to talk about gender roles, it's always nice to have coffee.
It is family owned. I do love them.
Dialogue gave us free coffee today, but like
I have a matcha.
I know the owner really well. He was like, Bieber was here last week. It's Dialogue. And it's crazy, like
was
this
Bieber doing?
celebrity culture here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You see these people like walking around the street.
No one cares. It's tourists that care.
Yeah, I know, right?
And LA, nobody cares. I don't care if you see
I
them.
saw
You're not going to
Central
say
C
anything
eating
to
a
them.
churro. Like,
Who?
do you know who Central C is?
No.
He's a rapper. He's like, how can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Have you? Yeah, that guy.
First
That's
of
a great song.
I haven't, but I want you to repeat the lines real quick because I like the way you did it. How
Yeah,
can I
he's
be
like from the
homophobic?
UK.
Yeah.
I
My
do like
bitches.
that song.
Thank
What's
you.
his
I
name?
don't know what he
Central?
looks like. though.
Central
See, this is where the
C.
age gap comes into
Yeah.
play. I
No,
have
it's
idea.
Hold on, does he
Okay.
rap with the British accent? 'Cause
Yes,
that
yes.
shit's so
UK
funny to
rap
me.
is hot, man.
That is hot.
Do you like rap music?
Sometimes it depends on the song. I like ASAP Rocky. He's really, really
I know who
great.
that is.
I was at a
Yeah.
diner late night, 1
I like
a.m. He was
Khalid.
there. Yeah, ASAP's dope.
Oh yeah, Khalid's cool.
Is that in like the rap category or more pop?
Who?
What like?
Khalid.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
he's cool. I like him too.
Yeah.
Look at Tarun trying to figure out who we're talking about.
I know, it's a rock.
Look, no,
Yes,
Tarun's
and you
literally-
know ASAP, then that's all you know.
Tarun's like,
No, I swear
Tarun's
to
like,
God.
Tupac?
Dude, this is a true story. So I used to rep Tyrese for Gibson for like digital stuff.
Oh.
For some reason, I got in this black urban world. So like I worked with like 50 Cent and like CeeLo.
50
I
said
love
it. You said it
50
right.
So all these like rappers thought I was like the smart Indian guy who's doing brand deals. Next thing I know, I'm on this call with like Migos and Little Yachty, and I had no idea who these people even were.
The way you said
No,
it.
it's like,
Yachty, baby.
oh, sorry, exactly.
Yachty. I'm gonna keep that.
I've never seen anyone
Yachty.
yacht tea, like he's buying on yacht.
That's probably why they didn't want me as
Yeah.
a rep because it didn't work out. But
Oh my goodness.
Wait, I have a question for Alyssa.
Oh,
You're sorry, remind me. You're half
Yes.
Mexican, half.
I'm West Indian and Mexican. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So on your Spotify, like, what kind of do you? What kind of music do you listen to?
I'm definitely in the pop world. I
Yeah.
do a lot of R&B and soul elements. That's really where my voice resides. I can't really like get away from it, and I never want to.
Yeah.
So that's where I reside, and I love adding like Hindi samples, any
Cool.
sort of like Latin elements that I can. I even like sing in Spanish sometimes.
I love that.
So yeah, it's really cool.
Do you get inspired by like different languages of music? Well, how do I word that?
Yeah, I
I
guess
need my
like
tea.
no, yeah, period.
Hey, Nihan, tea ain't gonna help you with that, sweetheart.
Oh,
That's,
man.
Tea, you need a lot more than tea for
you
that
know
one.
what
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean?
I think I get inspired
different
by
cultures.
other
Other
people around
culture,
me.
yeah,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
So when someone asks what's on your Spotify, mine ranges from like American English,
It's okay.
Spanish, French, Turkish.
Yeah.
Like it's my playlist
Everywhere.
is all over the place.
No, I feel that. I think for me, it stems a lot from West Indian culture because growing up, it was a lot of like soca, it was a lot of reggae, it was a lot of dance
Wait,
music.
what's the first
I
one you
love
said?
it.
Soca.
What's soca?
Soca?
I don't know what soca is.
What? We need a definition of soca that
Do
pops
you
up
know
on
what
the
soca is?
screen.
I've never heard of soca in my life.
I've never heard of something.
Yeah, what's
similar?
So-
23-year-old?
music?
Please tell us.
Soca music is like, it derives from the Caribbean and it's similar to reggae, but it's very common amongst Trinidad, Guyana, and all those
amazing.
other
So would
areas.
Soca.
all
I'm
of
gonna
us
look it up.
just think of it as reggae if we heard it? We wouldn't know soca.
Similar.
Right?
It's similar to it, but
Okay.
it's not exactly the same because
it.
I see comments that are like, "Soca's not the same,"
Yeah.
and it's not. But
I'm just gonna. If
very
it-
similar.
I like your language because if anyone complains about anything I say, I'm like, well, that's just where I reside. That's just where my heart resides.
that's
my
just where
authenticity
I felt
resides
respect.
here. Yeah, thank you.
Real talk.
I should do it my
That's
But
stand.
if you
Cool.
follow on Instagram now, she's doing a lot of comedy sketches, which is really funny.
Oh my god, thank
Yeah,
you.
no, it's really good.
You guys,
I want
Sometimes
to come to a show.
Thank
oh my
you.
gosh. Yeah.
I'll be performing out here, but
Okay.
thank you for the
Very cool
content.
show. And Alyssa came out to the stand-up show too.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Yeah,
I was
it
hoping
was
I'd see you
fun.
there, but I was like,
Sorry.
he's
It was so
busy.
fun.
Oh,
I was in
cannot
Hawaii
watch
with a
stand-up.
drink in my hand.
You can't watch stand up.
So I'm not that sorry.
Well, shout out to Priya because Priya killed it as a host. by the
Oh,
way, who's
Priya
been on
did.
many
You
times.
also did very, very well.
Thank you.
I have. We can talk about that right now.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about whatever.
I sent my set
It's
to
a party.
him. I
Guest
sent my set
cancel.
to
We can
Tarun.
talk about
Tarun watched
whatever.
it. It was
Oh,
fun.
God.
It was just a fun audience.
Your
too.
set was funny, man.
Thank you.
Every
awesome.
girl around me was like, "Ee-hee-hee-hoo-hoo-ha." I was like, what? I was like, damn, what's going on here?
I like
Oh
that.
my God, this guy who was sitting next to me, oh my God, he was so annoying. Like, I was watching you and watching everybody, and you know how you guys were like pairing people up to like go
Yeah,
up there and
bringing
match?
people on. Yeah.
This dude next to me is just like, we should go up there.
Wait,
And
you're
I was
pairing
like,
people up? What?
No, so after I did like 20 minutes. After that, Priya's like, "Hey, let's do something where we like do like a dating thing." So I brought people up and like roasted their Hinge profiles.
Oh, interesting.
shit.
Oh,
It was
so people
really
were
fun. We're gonna
savage.
post that too. We're cutting it all. It just got
Okay.
fun.
Oh
But,
my God.
So we're like bringing people up, and I was just roasting them and trying to set people having fun, right? Mm-hmm. And I did that for like 20 minutes of just improv.
Yeah.
But I guess like dude next to her was trying to get her to come on. Well, he was
You're
trying
like,
to
"Please
like,
no."
yeah.
I was just like, I need you to stop talking to me. His legs were like touching me. And
I would have
think-
loved if you two came
Oh,
on, and
hell
if you
no.
told me that, I would have roasted the shit out of
No,
that
I was
guy.
just like, no, I'm with my girl. Actually, you know, my girlfriend. And like, even though it wasn't my girlfriend.
Your butch voice with you know I'm with my girl.
I was like, I'm with my girl. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really know.
Do you go to like a lot of South Asian events?
I think I've tried to a lot more in LA because I mean I've done you know
Yeah.
everyone does South Asian events across the country and I've done like really really amazing
Yeah.
ones, but I'm trying to get more in touch with our community here since we're all here right now.
Yeah.
That's
So,
why in the
yeah.
podcast, you're like, yeah, I'll be here.
Hell yeah!
talk
But
to
yeah, I've been
Indians.
trying to go to way
No,
more.
but to answer that, I
sure.
think it depends, right? Because I've talked about it before. I always kind of took a step away sometimes because I felt like it was the old way, clicky type stuff.
Sure.
I go because not only is Priya a good friend of mine, but I like the energy that she sets up.
Yeah.
We're
She does a really good
100%.
job at Kookaburra Lounge,
Okay.
which is really nice, by the way.
Yeah. Neon, are there like
like
Turkish
that.
events that you would go to out here?
I don't know.
So I'm just
sure
gonna
there
ask
will
you-
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
there will be.
I mean, it's mainly I think like food festivals.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to interrupt. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. It helps us so much. Thanks. I would not have thought you were from Turkey if I met you on the street.
What would you think?
San Diego.
Wait. That's no. Okay. What ethnicity do you think Nihan looks like if you just see
Oh,
her?
Nihan? I would think she's like Latina or something.
I would think Latina too.
But honestly,
mostly
like,
the
I
attitude.
don't know.
You do have the Latina attitude for sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
if you do a dive on Nihan, because I researched you when you first came on, you had blonde hair at one point.
Yes.
So then I would be like, I have no idea what ethnicity you are. So I
Fair.
don't know what you get. What do you get normally?
I get Latin, Brazilian, Italian.
Not
Brazilian, I would see maybe like a mix, like South Asian white mix or something. You could maybe.
I think someone who's like from overseas, I could see someone saying that, but I never get that.
Okay, real.
Yeah.
But
But,
this
it's
is good
more
for
like, oh, you
auditions.
look like
Who do you get?
I
What
get
celebrity you look like?
Penelope Cruz when my hair is longer.
Yeah.
I get Megan Fox, but I think it's the shape of my face. I don't necessarily think I look
I could
like
see that
her.
from the shape. Yeah.
And I'm getting Ana de Armas recently, and I don't know if it's the haircut
Who?
or what. Ana de Armas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Anna, I like her.
Yeah.
I forgot what she looks like.
Who is
She was
that?
in-
I don't know anything about pop culture.
That's not even pop. You've seen her, dude, for
He
sure.
doesn't
Yeah,
watch
you've
any
seen her.
shows.
That's why
I'm
he
like,
just
she's
gets
like-
into.
I'm like, can
Yesterday-
you watch this show? Just it's 30 minutes. The first episode it's called The Show with Seth Rogen. I'm like, you're gonna love it.
I heard it's really good.
It's
I watched
really
it.
good.
I love
You're
Seth.
gonna love it.
Yesterday I was with Nihan. I was like, I can't lie anymore. I was like, Nihan, all these shows I've told you I've watched, I've never watched before.
Oh, I don't think I've ever laughed this hard on my
Yeah, like,
podcast
I just-
ever.
But then the funny part is that's Tarun's confession.
Yeah.
It's the most innocent, adorable
Yeah.
confession. Yeah.
No,
That's
trust
a
me.
good man.
I've
After
a lot
you
more-
roasted like 10 people in the first like 2 minutes, he was going.
Oh my
in.
God, I trashed everybody.
I do have a question though, and it kind of goes back to your sponsor actually.
Yeah.
What do you guys think between like Eastern and Western medicine?
Cool.
I don't love medicine here in the US.
Yeah.
Look, I was in Florida and I feel like healthcare there sucks. But I do think if you're a doctor, you have to know the patient. And I think you've got to know their history. And I think that really helps people predict, medical problems and be able to diagnose stuff. There's a lot of guessing.
Sure.
So my answer to you is I'm not a big believer in American medicine, but I think there are good doctors out there.
Yeah, because one of my best friends, she works at Cedars, and we were talking about this because she has like a few things, and she was like, I'm kind of just so tired of Western medicine. So she was like, I'm going to try a few like natural remedies, find like, maybe like Chinese medicine or natural herbs, whatever. And I think going back to what you said, it is really knowing your patient and knowing what to give them like and when. Like I never had strep throat, and I got it a year ago.
Oh shit.
For the first time, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, and like hot tea, honey,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of it. And then they're like, no, you need to go to urgent care. And they gave me antibiotics. And literally within an hour of me taking it, I was like, oh, this is great.
It's like a magic pill.
So
it feels like
yeah, it's like, it's again, knowing when to take when and what.
But didn't you hear about Steve Jobs? I heard that
it
his
was
cancer
terrible.
was actually curable if he hadn't gone through this.
just drinking juice
I don't
all
want to
day.
he was drinking. Yeah,
He was drinking
green
juice and it like overwhelmed his pancreas.
No, did you hear this?
Interesting.
No, did you hear this? Like he could have taken care of that sooner. Maybe I'm
Maybe. Who
maybe I'm
knows?
saying false. No,
you
look
know,
it up yourself.
Look,
I don't-
the way at least I see it is that like Western medicine's amazing. I think just talking crap about Western medicine, which is a common theme, isn't the right way. It's the thing is it's the last step though. Right. So like, are you eating healthy, taking care of yourself? I mean, they have like, you think about if you go to other countries, I was in Croatia last year on vacation.
Amazing.
People were smoking left
Why'd you
and
go
right.
to Croatia?
Oh, yeah.
It was for Yacht Week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
For
yacht-
little
Wait,
yachty
I need
week?
details.
Yacht Week.
Wait, we're going to come back to
Yacht
this.
week?
Yacht week.
Do you not know how to say yacht? It's
No.
very it's bothersome.
week?
Yachty week?
Lil Yachty was performing.
But hold on, I'll go back to
you
the
were there,
I want to make a point though, because if you look at a lot of these other countries, they smoke a lot more than Americans
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
They drink more than Americans do too. But they have healthier food. They have a better social atmosphere, group, family. Community is a lot more important. And so you'll see, like, how come they live longer and tend to be happy, even though they smoke more and all this type of stuff? Because one thing that they've realized in a lot of studies with health and longevity is just community, presence, family. Like those things actually, when you have that satisfaction in your body, you tend to live a lot longer. You
agree.
can not smoke and not drink and work out all day, but if you have a lot of stress and a lot of clutter in here, it's not going to lead necessarily to longevity.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's like the thing is like if you eat healthy and do all those things, like you can take care of yourself with all that type of stuff and eating well and the drinks and juicing and all fasting and take care of yourself. Yeah, but then if I like break a bone, I'm not going to meditate on it. Like I'm going to go to the doctor because Western medicine's dope. Like they can solve that.
Absolutely.
They do prioritize
Again,
different
knowing when.
things.
If you can get an appointment, honestly, honestly, like trying to find,
I
like,
know.
I had to see a dermatologist and they were like, oh, you can come in 3 months from now, but I'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
Hold on, is that because
It's
you're
wild.
talking about from an HMO, not PPO?
No, but I have PPO insurance.
So how can it take 3 months?
Sometimes these people are so backed up.
Well, if you think it's bad here, in like other countries that we look up to healthcare wise, not saying we have a lot of problems here, but Canada, my friend, she was in Switzerland. We think like, oh, they have better healthcare systems. But when you have free healthcare like that, the wait's insane. So she had to pay
Oh, I
$2,000
see.
anyway to see the doctor because she had like a severe like cyst type thing, female problems. And
I
Female
can't.
problems.
I can't.
Do you want to mention
Why
her
is he
name?
like
yeah,
afraid
you want
of
me to say her name?
mad at
No, I'm not gonna say the name. I know what it was, but she was in Switzerland.
Female
She
problems.
she said it was going to take 5 weeks to see the doctor, so she had to pay $2,000 to see it earlier. So it's like money was coming out anyways. My point.
Sorry, can we go back to Yacht Week?
Here, let me tell you something, right? No, it was my buddy's, one of my closest friends. His 40th birthday was like in last November. And he said, before I turn 40, I got to do Yacht Week.
Sure.
So it was last July. We went to Croatia. We got a yacht. And it was like, I think it was like 60 yachts total or something
Wow.
like that. And you have a captain. In our yacht, we had six
And
people,
how many
a
people?
cook and a captain.
Okay, six
and
people in one yacht.
Yeah.
But it can
It
go
could,
up
it
to
could
like
sleep
10.
10. But
Okay.
we
See,
we
that's
only
so
slept
crowded
six.
for me, but I'm
wait,
just-
how many days?
That sounds terrible to me.
It was five nights on the boat. We were there for like 7 days total, but it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
and it
fun.
takes you
That's
like to
cool.
different islands.
It takes you on different islands, and,
then-
you're
Oh,
partying
child.
and you're eating, and we have a cook on the yacht, so
Yeah.
she's making us food.
Yeah.
And then we go off. We did like they set you up with all these clubs and dinners. and
my
so you
God.
get
things
to
you
see
sign
a
up
bit
for.
of Croatia as well.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Amazing.
Croatia's incredible.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was
I've
so
been
fun.
wanting to do this.
We need a social media
honestly.
trip.
Yeah.
We need to post dialogue on
Can we
Honestly,
get a sponsor from?
Yeah.
The yacht life's awesome. I would never want to own a yacht necessarily. No, it's
No.
just too expensive. But if you can get a group together and save up money, like it's an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And you can rent a really, really nice yacht.
Yeah.
Like a super nice yacht for probably like $80,000 a week, which is still expensive.
I think
But if you
5
got
days
8
is
people,
perfect.
if you got 8 people, it's $10,000 a person.
That sounds terrible to me.
why?
I'm stuck in a boat with people.
Tarun, why
for,
do you
like-
not like people?
You gotta live a little.
You gotta like people. We gotta start getting you to like people.
You gotta have a little drink.
I hate clubbing.
Yeah, I don't like
hate
clubbing
clubbing.
either. I get that.
You're on the
yeah.
ocean.
That's cool. Leave it all to me.
Yeah.
Duh.
Alyssa's like,
We got that part. Don't worry.
So you guys are all in. If there was
We're
like a
not
yacht.
packed.
If I did this
No,
podcast,
We're
on,
headed there next
Yeah,
year.
if I did this
actually.
podcast on a yacht in,
how big of a yacht
cool
are we
would
talking
that
about?
be?
but it's gonna be in India.
Oh, I'm down. The yacht in India. I don't know if it's gonna work, dude.
on the Ganges River.
Oh my god! You know they have yachts from Long Beach that you can rent and take
know.
out for the weekend. wanted to do something. Yeah,
You can do it.
That's cool. That's fun.
I've never been to Catalina. I want to.
I want to go to
Catalina.
Catalina. Can we do a
Have you been?
podcast on
No,
Catalina Island?
I was thinking of doing a cruise.
Let's get a
field trip.
sponsor.
Field trip.
Yeah.
The Convo Sutra field trip.
Well, you guys can technically do it because you're very pretty, and I know women get flown around the world from LA. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I have friends who.
For a girl to get on a
This is
yacht, she has to be pretty. For a
The
guy to get on a
fact-
yacht, he has to make $5 million.
That's a great question.
I
Have
have
you?
guys being
Equally
like,
both difficult.
"Hey, I really need a vacation. Like, would you be down to come?" And it's like, it depends on who it is. I'm not gonna just go on a vacation just because it's free with anyone.
No, I have to see how many guests can I bring as well? Like,
no,
I
it's
was
just you and
invited
him.
to something.
That's the
It's just you
question.
And then you guys bring us as the guests.
Absolutely.
You show up with me and Tarun. That's the
Oh,
question.
that'd be like 4 girls. No.
Nihan, have you been offered free trips in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I haven't.
Girls always do.
Like yesterday.
like yesterday.
I've
Literally
never been offered a
yesterday.
free trip in my life. I'll take
Yesterday.
that back one time. It was a guy in West Hollywood.
To Croatia?
No, a guy in West. Oh, can I tell you the truth? I was at the gym. This guy would hit on me all the time, right? He thought I was hitting. He thought I was gay because I would look at him because he was in insane shape, just jacked, right? And everyone would be like, "Damn, that guy's incredible shape." So one time I was talking to him, I was like, "Yo, bro, the fact that you can like go on a balancing ball and squat 315 pounds, like respect." He goes, "Thank you." I was like,
Stop.
Wait, was he Filipino?
"No, just you got to hear
Why
this."
does he sound like that?
He's like, "Thank you." He would like, it's his way of flirting. Thank you. I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's your name?" He's like, "Obama." I was like,
Stop.
"Your name's not Obama, dude. Like, what's your name?" He's like, "What's your name?" I'm like,
Oh no.
"Pritesh." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And then we were talking the other time. I'm like, "Where are you from?" He goes, "Cancun." So I wanted to make it clear to him.
This is a creepy conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it
I'm
clear
not
to him
Cancun.
that I'm not gay, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, cool, man." Like, I heard the girls are really hot in Cancun. He goes,
Hilarious.
"Everybody's hot in Cancun."
That's a good
I was
comeback.
like, all right,
That's a good comeback.
So like we just keep saying, I was like, all right, cool, dude. Sitting down, like I see him on a machine I wanted to use. I'm like, yo, can I work in with you? He goes, cool. He goes, Papi, you can live with me. I'll pay for everything. I was
All
like,
right, this sounds like the gayest
That's
gym
nice.
ever.
yeah. I was like,
Which gym
It
is
sounds
this?
like you
LA
were
Fitness.
part of this
Okay.
conversation.
Let me tell you something.
for
First of all,
way
I
too
thought about
long.
it. I thought about it. First, quick side, I said, shit's getting expensive. I'm gonna take one for the team,
Yeah.
Tarun. I was like, wait, you go pay for everything? He's like, I'll give you a credit card, everything. You don't gotta work.
God.
I
LA
was
Fitness,
like,
huh?
Yeah. She's like,
LA Fitness is a very gay gym. I know that for a fact.
no, it depends which one you go to.
why.
I'm at the one in the valley. It's
Oh, I'm at the
not
one in
like-
West Hollywood.
Well, okay,
I'm
you just
in
have to
the
say
one in
West
Westwood.
Hollywood.
oh, you live in Westwood?
Yeah, I live in Westwood.
I don't know that.
So I'm in the LA Fitness there, but I did get that sugar daddy
Yeah.
talk as well at like 10 p.m.
But I'm
I was
telling
like,
you,
I gotta go.
this happened like 4 years ago, and I'm
Also,
so
at the
regretting saying
gym,
no. I'm regretting
I'm
saying
already
no.
grossed
That's,
out.
it's a recession.
That's real.
I feel like people
grossed
shouldn't
out
hit on
too.
people after
hold on,
the
you
No,
know
please
what?
don't talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like being sweaty on a treadmill. Gross.
I was
like,
on
go
an
away.
incline, and you're talking to me. Like,
Well, listen,
crazy.
I can't talk to you at a comedy show either. So,
oh yeah. I feel like maybe I just don't like
man, yeah.
If I was attracted to someone and they're older than me, I would be okay with having a sugar mama.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
I need all these clips.
Listen,
No, but
if I like the guy, I also wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't date. I can't date older guys. Gross, but
no. Hold on. What's the age limit of that people that's older, like above 50?
well, okay. If we're talking about guys in LA, I think men
sweet
who
spot.
are in their 40s
Yeah.
look really great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go over 50
yeah.
because of so many reasons. For like personally,
this
just gross.
conversation.
But yeah, I guess 40s.
Oh shit.
You don't like sagging balls? Is that why?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
No.
So
They're a
what's-
delicacy. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my god!
Sorry, I
This
don't know.
face got big quick. I'm gonna have to edit half this episode.
I was just kidding.
Listen.
We just started talking about old men and sagging balls.
Yeah.
That's where we're at this morning.
I told Nihan
not the
yesterday.
I
couch.
have
I
to
was
be
like,
very honest.
I was like, when we talk about dating, Nihan like lights up. Like this is like her sweet spot.
I can't tell if I should be
funny,
offended by that or
No.
not. But like,
Do you know what's funny?
I've been single for
We
3
said
years.
sagging balls and it said wrap up.
That's,
I said
that's
delicacy,
totally
they said
fair.
cut.
That's totally
There's
fair.
a wrap up screen, by the way.
Yeah,
for people
yeah, yeah.
watching.
Because if I told you
Wait.
the dates I go on, you'd be like,
I
what
want to
the
include
fuck?
Alyssa real quick.
Oh,
So,
no.
Alyssa, do you have like a cutoff age?
A cutoff age.
25.
I said 40s.
She's like over 50.
Alyssa's like 60's cool.
Now she's 23 though.
I know. What would be your hot, like oldest guy?
73 cap. I'm
73
just,
guy.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I have. It's situational too, but also I like want to respect my parents. Like my parents are like a little on the younger side, so if a dude is in his 40s and they're talking to me, and then my dad's like 47. I'm like, shut up, bro.
That's kind of amazing.
Oh my God,
I'm like, dude,
hilarious.
shut up.
But so you wouldn't care if a guy was in his, like, you're 23,
Late 30s?
early 30s, mid 30s.
Oh no, I think that's preferred. I think that's preferred. Like,
Okay.
I probably wouldn't date a guy who's 23 at all.
You'd get
Unless
so
they've-
bored
You
with a
would get
23-year-old.
in
I can't
general,
imagine you.
Random
Well, I
threat-
feel like
yeah,
they
you would
have
def-
like ADHD energy. Sometimes they're like, let's get drunk, let's go do this. I'm like,
They're like-
hold on, Speedy.
Yeah.
Let me give me
Hey,
one
have you
second.
been on, either been on a date where a dude's vaping during the date?
Absolutely.
I will never
my
date a guy
God.
who vapes.
I have
No.
done that, and I was like, oh,
gross.
that's interesting. And
Yeah,
like,
that's a
I
lot.
haven't
you have a
been
baby
there.
bottle in your mouth. Bye.
I dated a girl. She would smoke cigarettes in the garage and come back, and I was like, I know you're smoking.
Not the
Like,
garage.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Or they kiss you, like they hit it, and then they kiss you so that their breath
Oh
smells
my God.
like
It's an ashtray.
cucumber.
Dude,
I get hit on by
cigarettes.
like
what's going on?
26-year-olds
Yeah.
because they think I'm like late 20s. I'm not. And it's just like, it's so.
They also don't care. It's just like if they
Oh,
like you,
no,
they like
do
you.
not
Yeah, they
care.
don't
They're
care.
so, they're like, I will do anything. Like, let me just take you out. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They're very persistent.
Who? 26-year-olds?
Yeah.
Oh, that's men in general,
Gen
right?
Zs.
I mean, man. Well, like, oh yeah, she's talking about Gen
Gen
Zs. in
See,
general.
hold on. Let me tie this in because I feel like the men aggressiveness is the same thing for that gay guy who's hitting on you.
Yeah.
You've got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
So
No, there's a way to go about it. You don't have to be aggressive.
Are you saying aggressive or being persistent?
well,
those
I
are
guess,
two separate.
I guess
things.
making your intentions known.
Yeah, that's what men
Sure.
have to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a way to go about that
Without
without,
being
being,
creepy.
cringy and creepy
Yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
I agree with that.
too over the top.
I agree with that.
So how was the date with the 26-year-old?
Actually,
She goes, I was on a yacht.
we dated for a month. It was great sex.
Period.
And then bye.
Yeah, I brought
Me and the
Tarun. I brought
73-year-old, we had a
Tarun came on
great
as my guest. Tarun came on as my guest.
I was working while we were on a date.
Oh.
We should wrap up.
That was really a great
fun.
time.
That's fun.
I enjoyed that.
Pritesh, where can we find you on social media?
I'm at the Pritesh Shah on everything.
Really cool.
That's awesome.
Just a question.
Nihan?
Instagram, Nihan Gur official.
That official is
Yeah.
where's that?
And my podcast, Your Caviar Podcast.
No.
Spotify, YouTube.
Alyssa's like, you can find me on American Idol.
You can find me, man. It's at Alyssa Raghu, and I'm on TikTok, Insta, Spotify. You know the vibes. Check me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me at Tarun Shetty. That's it. And hey, I want to thank you guys for coming by. This was a very fun episode. It's actually great not having a guest. We should
It's actually fun.
we do this more.
I was excited.
Please like and subscribe.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Please like, subscribe, sharing, whatever. We appreciate you. We will see you next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.
Dialogue. Get
Yeah,
dialogue.
dialogue.